Okay, I hope everyone's having a great, fantastic day. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about the Game of the Year 2018. I'm on my way home from work, sitting in traffic, so I figured I'd pull out my phone and do some recordings on my predictions on what I believe the nominees for the Game of the Year are going to be and who is actually going to win the title. So, it's 2018. There's been some good games this year. Not too many. But in my opinion, it really comes down, it's going to narrow down to either 3 or 4 games this year. Perhaps 5. But guaranteed there's going to be top 3. And we'll talk about those. So the top 3 to 5 games that I believe are going to win the nominee for Game of the Year. That means they're going to make it onto the ballot. You know what I mean? The ballot. There's only probably about, 5 games to choose from. Those games are, in not any particular order, they are going to be God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, perhaps Fallout 76, and perhaps Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch. Now, Fallout and Super Smash are 2 anomalies there. I don't know if they're going to make it for multiple reasons. One of them being just that they are appearing and releasing so late in the year, so late in the game, if you will. Fallout 76 doesn't show up until I think November 16th or November 14th. That's quite literally 2 or 3 weeks from the award ceremony. So I don't know if that's enough time for people to actually play the whole thing and experience it the way it's going to be. Not only that, I think the game's going to release probably with a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, because Bethesda's choosing to be what I would call lazy, and they are not releasing the beta until just a month before the game. So I really think, I'm worried it's going to be very glitchy. So that'll definitely hinder the scores and its chances of being Game of the Year. They should have definitely had a beta this summer. I'm talking July, August. If they wanted to truly be considered. So I think that's going to wipe Fallout off. It could come out of nowhere and blow us all to smithereens, blow our minds, right? But I don't think it's going to. Then you have Super Smash Bros., which comes out, I think, December 7th, which is, I think, the day after the Game Awards, either the day of or the day after the Game Awards, pretty much. So Super Smash Bros., I don't think, even though it could be Game of the Year, it might be good enough, it's just not releasing in time. It's just not releasing in time. So unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be anything. However, I will say something about Nintendo. They won last year. The Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Odyssey were 2 of the top contenders, and Zelda won Game of the Year 2017. So I'm thinking, since they have a lot of respect, a lot of love for the Game Awards, I'm thinking Nintendo might pull a sneaky one. They might show up with a new trailer or a new concept art or a name, a title, something about the next Zelda. Not for the Switch. I don't think we're going to hear about that for another year till 2019. But I'm talking for the 3DS, okay? I think there might be a new Zelda game coming for the 3DS because we haven't had one since A Link Between Worlds. That was in 2013. That was 5 years ago, okay? So Nintendo, I'm hoping, comes in swinging with the big guns, maybe even a Metroid Prime 4 trailer, for the Game Awards. It could be amazing. So, those 2 I think are going to write themselves off, Fallout 76 and Super Smash. Even though they have potential, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. I do believe, in my heart of hearts, it's going to come down to 3 games. I'm struggling in my brain. I'm struggling to think of anything else in this entire year that can even come close to these 3 games. Like I said, it's going to be Spider-Man, God of War, and Red Dead Redemption. Now, I don't know if they're going to release the actual figures and the numbers on how many people voted and who voted for what. But if I had to guess, once again, just my gut instinct, Red Dead Redemption's not even out yet, guys. I don't think it comes out till next month, till October, mid-October. And I'm not even going to buy it. I'm not going to play it unless they release a free demo, because it's not my kind of game, in the sense that it just seems too boring to me. Like, just riding around on horses. The color palette is it's not as beautiful as I would want it to be. You know, it's just too bland. Too many browns and grays and darks in the game for me. It's just much too grounded in reality, I guess you could say, for my liking. So that's not my personal one. However, sadly, I hate to say it, I totally think that it's going to end up winning Game of the Year. It's going to come down to either that or God of War. And God of War is what I think deserves it. I think God of War should win Game of the Year 2018. It's what my hope is. And then Spider-Man could easily come and sneak in out of nowhere and take the title. It definitely could. It's like the wild card. I wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man did. However, I don't think it will. I think it's going to be either God of War or Red Dead Redemption 2. Mark my words. I know I'm just some random guy on the internet that you don't know, but I'm telling you, I can feel it. I just know because of the science behind these things, the psychology, the way people talk about them, and just the product themselves, you know. Red Dead is supposed to be one of the absolute greatest games ever made, and it very well may be. It's just not my personal cup of tea, you know. But God of War, I think in every way, I think every human being on this planet needs to experience God of War. It is a life-changing event, you know. It's a life-changing game that I truly, truly believe everyone should have a go at. So that's really it to summarize. Like I said, I think the top three are going to easily be God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Spider-Man by Insomniac Games. And that's it. We'll see how it all shakes out. Spider-Man's a fantastic game. I'm about a third of the way through right now. I'm doing my playthrough. But, you know, I can put it down. I can put it down, I can set it aside and go do other stuff, where I could not put God of War down. When I played God of War, it was all I thought about. It's all I wanted to do. When I was at work, all I wanted to do was just go home, play God of War. You know, I'm at the gym, I'm just thinking about finishing up so I can go home and play God of War. It's not like that with Spider-Man, and it's definitely not like that with Red Dead. So I hope God of War wins it. Sony Santa Monica, you guys deserve it. Rockstar already knows. They know how good they are. They don't need any more clout. They got all the respect in the world. But Sony Santa Monica, you know, all their rearranging, their reshuffling of the company, I think they deserve this spotlight. I think the game deserves it, and it would just be a wonderful thing to see it as gaming as a whole, because it's a single-player game. Spider-Man as well. No microtransactions, you know. Red Dead's going to blast us. It's going to have the online. It's going to have a bunch of the online and all the microtransactions. So I just don't think that deserves it. Just on a foundational perspective, you know, just from the beginning, from the jump, the fact that they're designing it like that, I don't think that deserves to be the game of the year. However, like I said, it might earn it on its own merits because of how amazing the game is. I don't know. We'll have to see. But it probably will, just based on the online and everybody plays those games. You know what I mean? Everyone's really into that kind of stuff, like Grand Theft Auto. That's just not my cup of tea. It's not my thing. So, yeah, we'll see how it all shapes out, how it all turns out. And hopefully the best man wins, right? Or the best game wins. That's what we hope. That's what we can hope for. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks for listening. Please comment down below. Subscribe. Let's get a discussion going. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what the game of the year is going to be. I mean, it's 2 months away, guys. You know, like, it's literally 2 months. It's about to be, by the time you see this, it'll be October, you know, and the Game Awards is in December. It's 2 months away. So let's get this discussion going. Let's get these videos up online. Predictions, theories, hypotheses, and opinions. Let's see what the world has to say about these games and who's going to go down as legendary, as the game of the year, right? Like I said, I'll say it one more time. I truly hope it's the God of War. I think it deserves it. And I'll just keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to be live streaming that. I think it's December 7th, hosted by Jeff Keighley. He's the man. This guy tells it how it is. And there's very few people who do that in today's day and age, so I respect him. I respect the guy. All right, so thanks so much for listening. Thanks for watching. Comment down below. Let's hear your thoughts, and let's get this discussion going. Game of the Year 2018. What's it going to be?